Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's GentooMan here, also known as Rainy, and today's story time is definitely an interesting one that I thought you guys might like to hear about, so let's hop right into it. This story time takes place literally yesterday, I guess even today if you want to be technical. So last night I was at work. I work at the movie theater, and I was set in the back. I had to cook the food, and I was not looking forward to it. It was just me back there. I had no one helping me. Usually there's somebody making popcorn and somebody making the rest of the food, but I was doing everything, and I was really not looking forward to it. And around the time the breaks showed up, I went on my break first, and then the person who went on their break second was running the bar till, so I had to cover the bar till for the last couple of customers that'd be coming in at around this time. Which wasn't too bad because not a lot of customers were coming in. It was just the first couple who were showing up really early for the next set of movies, and it really wasn't too bad. It was only a couple of people. Until someone walked up to my till who I recognized, and that girl was Emily, the girl who I talked about in that video I made called That Girl in High School. So for a little bit more lore on Emily, for those of you who haven't seen it, definitely go watch that video. But Emily comes up the till and she's like, "Oh my God, Rainy, like, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing all right. How are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm good. We don't talk too much." She asked me, like, "How long have you worked here?" I'm like, "Oh, not too long." And I tell her how long I've been working there. And they get their tickets. They're going to see Dune Part 2. They buy their snacks. And she's like, "Oh, it was really great seeing you." I'm like, "Yeah, you too." And off she goes to her theater. And I don't really think about it because people who I know and haven't seen in a while come into the movie theater all the time. So it's really not that big of a thing. So skip forward a little bit. Person running bar comes back from their break. I go back into the kitchen. And I do the rest of my stuff for the rest of the night. Eventually we close. And it takes me a fair amount of time to close down everything back there. I have to do a bunch of dishes, turn off all the machines, stuff like that. And me and my two managers who I was working with that night, who I am friends with, pretty good friends with both of them, actually, we had decided that we were going to go see Late Night with the Devil after we were all done working or after I had finished closing the back, because we could do that. We could just go watch a movie. And so we decided we were going to go watch Late Night with the Devil. Once I had finished closing, we had to go up to the projector room and get it set up because obviously the theater wasn't playing it at a scheduled showtime. We were just doing our own screening. So we had to go set it up. We had to wait for the night cleaner to finish cleaning the theater. And we were just kind of chilling in the projector room for a little bit, just scrolling through our phones, waiting for the night cleaner to be done. And I get a snap. Now, I'm expecting the snap to be from, like, my girlfriend or maybe one of my friends or something like that, but it isn't. The snap is from Emily, oddly enough. And I decided not to open it. I wasn't feeling like it, I guess. I just didn't open it. I just kept scrolling through my phone, and shortly after, we go down and we watch the movie, which was fucking awesome, by the way. I'll probably have a video up about it either tomorrow or the day after. I haven't decided yet, but it was a great fucking movie. Anyways, the movie ends. We leave the theater. One of my managers gives me a ride home, and I'm home for the night. And to this movie's credit, this was like the first horror movie in a while that, it didn't absolutely shock me to my core or anything. I couldn't move, but it was actually pretty unsettling. So, watching a scary movie late at night that actually works and does a job, I was a little spooked, I guess. And I was just kind of sitting in my bed, and I was still working on something. I got a project that I'm working on. I think you guys know what that is. And I decided to open my Snapchat and check all my snaps. And I remember that I got the snap from Emily. So I opened the snap, and I see something that I did not really expect to see. Now, me and Emily had not snapped each other for a long time. Like I said in that last video about her, we were kind of friends in high school. So, I had her on Snap, she had me, but, we didn't really talk or anything. We just kind of do, the streaks and shit. So the last thing I expected when opening this snap from a person that I had not snapped in quite a long time and who had not snapped me in quite a long time was a picture of her in the shower. So, as most wouldn't, I didn't really know how to respond to that, so I just didn't. I left her unopened because, that was a little bit of a weird thing to do, and we're not really friends like that, so I just left it unopened. And I went back to doing my thing, working on my project, and a couple minutes go by, and then I get that Snapchat notification saying Emily is typing. So I'm just curious at this point, what the fuck is going on? So I open it, and I see this message from Emily, and it just says, I always wish something happened between us. So I decided to leave that unopened too. I don't have a response for that. I don't know what to say. So I just leave that unopened too. And I feel like being left unopened is a pretty clear indicator of how I feel about that. I think you can get the message if you're left unopened after that. So I leave the message unopened, I do not respond, and I just go back to doing my thing. And I don't get another text from Emily or anything like that. I don't get anything, so I assume that she has got the message. And about an hour goes by of me working on my project, and it's about like 4 a.m. at this point. And I'm tired, and I've already was up late watching this movie and working on stuff, so I decided that now is probably a good time to go to bed. So I shut down all my stuff, I turn off all my lights, and I start trying to go to bed. And I grab my phone and look at it, and I see that I have 5 missed Snapchat calls from Emily. And I debate calling her back. I'm like, should I figure out what she wants? But I'm pretty sure I know what she wants, and like that's not happening. So I didn't call her back. I just turned my phone off, and then I went to go plug it in for the night. But I realized my charger wasn't where I left it. I usually have my charger next to my bed, but I realized that I had accidentally left it in the basement because I was charging my phone while I was playing my PlayStation earlier. So obviously my entire family is asleep at this point, so I have to quietly venture down to the basement from my room with nothing but my phone flashlight. And as soon as I hit the stairs down to the main floor, I start hearing noises. And, you know, you always hear noises in the middle of the night. It's literally just like the house being a house. But I had just seen Late Night with the Devil, and I was a little spooked. So forgive me for being a little spooked. So I finally get to my basement door. I open it quietly, and I start going down the stairs. But at this point, the noises are getting louder, and I'm wondering, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is my brother down here? Is he on the computer? Is he getting food from the storage room? Like, what is going on? And so I turn the corner at the bottom of the stairs into the basement, and I run into someone. And obviously, I'm not expecting to run into a person, so I let out a little bit of an, oh my god. But I think what really elicited that reaction from me is not that it was a person, but who the person was. Because that person was Emily. And I could see that she had gotten in through the windows of my basement, which only works sometimes because, to give you a little bit of a rundown, my basement windows are like small windows, and they open but there's bars in front of them, so you can't really like get through the bars unless the bars are moved, which they are sometimes when my dad's working on like his train set down here. And I guess he was doing that on this particular day because they weren't in the window, and Emily got into my house. And she starts apologizing, like, oh, like, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to scare you. And I ask her, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, why are you in my house? And she's just like, oh, well, like, I really wanted to talk to you. Like, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you, like, all night. And I just told her, I'm like, look, that nothing is going to happen between us. That's just not the way this is going to go. I'm in a relationship right now. I'm pretty sure you are too. That we're not even really, like, friends anymore. This isn't happening. And I shit you not, after all this woman hits me with, nobody has to know, and then she drops this trench coat she's wearing, and is just wearing fucking lingerie. Like, literally the classic, like, seduction move. That's what this chick is trying to pull. But I'm not having any of this shit. Like, as I'm sure you guys know, I am a loyal person in a relationship. And also this person just broke into my house, so there's that too. So I just told her, like, look, just leave my house right now. Never do this again. And if you stay, I'm calling the police. And I guess she could tell that I was serious because she quickly scrambled her coat back on and was like, I'm sorry, like it's okay, like I'm sorry, I won't do this again. And she just like crawls right the fuck out my window. And I immediately put the bars back in that shit. Like, I'm not having that happen again. Like, I'm gonna like check my basement windows every fucking night now to make sure that doesn't happen again. So I go to bed, and I get virtually no sleep, as you can imagine, because it's not easy to sleep after that. And then I wake up this morning pretty late. Like, I woke up probably like 2-3 hours ago. I don't know when this video is going to go up, but I woke up not that long ago. And I go down to the kitchen. I pour myself a bowl of fucking waffle cereal that my sister gave me. Start munching. And I open my phone and I see that I have a Discord notification. And this Discord notification is from my friend. So I open it and I read it. And this friend is also friends with Emily, keep in mind. And I immediately noticed that this message is not from my friend. This friend must be hanging out with Emily today or something like that, because it is a message through his account saying, hey, it's Emily. I just want you to know that I'm sorry about last night, but I'll always be here for you as a friend or whatever else you might want me to be. And again, I just pull my classic move and I do not answer. I have no words for this lady. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this story time. Moral of the story is, I don't know. The moral of the story is this Emily chick is crazy, I guess. Actually, better moral of the story, don't just randomly show up at people's houses, especially if they've ghosted you a couple times. I don't see that really working out in any scenario. So, getting my house broken into by some crazy chick is definitely not the highlight of my night, but at the very least, Late Night with the Devil was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it, so at least I got to see that. Like I said, I'll probably have a video up on that one either tomorrow or the day after. I haven't really decided the schedule yet, because I do want to put up a 300 subscriber special because we hit 300 subs and I'm so happy about it. It's amazing to see this channel growing. Like I know I say this every time, but I remember starting this channel and getting 20 subscribers and even 20 views on a video. I'm like, that's crazy. People are actually watching my stuff. And now here we are. We have 300 subscribers and I think we average about 100 views per video, which again, if you think about it, not that much, but for me, it's crazy that anyone wants to watch my stuff. So I want to have a 300 subscriber special up soon. I want to be reading your guys' comments again. And yeah, and once again, my audio drama first episode of The Cold will be coming out this Friday, April 12th. I'm very excited about that. I've been working very hard on it. So when it drops, if you guys would support it, that would mean so much to me, and I would love you forever. Also, I've been thinking about talking to my friend Cryptic Corvid. I mentioned him a couple times, see if he wanted to collab on some videos. And I was thinking maybe we do some vlogs and, investigate abandoned places or urban legends or stuff. I thought that might be cool since it's an interest we both have. I don't know if those videos would go up on my channel or his channel, or if we'd make a new shared channel, or what the deal would be. But if you guys want to see that, let me know. And I will talk to Corvid about it. And even on that, if you guys want to see more vlogs or anything from me, let me know. If you guys have any video suggestions, something you want to see me do, definitely tell me, because I will do that. Anyways, guys, that is probably the longest fucking outro I've ever made on this YouTube channel. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. You all know the drill at this point, or at least I'm pretty sure you do. Thank you all for everything and for watching this channel, these videos. I love you all, and I will catch you all in the next one. Later.